Hey, it's Ben Grabham here. We're out here with Kurt from ADV FEST. We've got a big weekend planned. It's roughly 5 weekends time. And what we're going to do, we're going to run through a little bit of what you expect or what you're going to get when you come to our coaching day that I'll be running. We've got the Norden here that I actually spent a bit of time on last year riding from Alice Springs back to Bathurst, so I know it reasonably well. But for a lot of adventure guys, a lot of this stuff seems second nature to me, obviously growing up racing and riding around the countryside. But what we're going to do is run through all your bike setups to start with. Like I can check everyone's bike over and basically make sure it's in a good window. For me, racing wise, and why I can still ride and be competitive is I like to think I have a good understanding of setting up a bike for safety, comfort, and also being able to do it quite fast and relatively easy. So what we would start at if we're looking at a bike is obviously handlebar position. Most modern bikes, you get so much adjustment these days. Like on the Husky, you've got different offset positions with the handlebar clamps. You've got different bolt holes. So depending on the rider's size and stuff like that, I'll move them around down to where the handlebars rotated to basically have it in a nice comfy window for cornering and going fast and stability. Same thing with the levers. You've got all the height adjustment. We've got plenty of adjustment for range, for finger length and stuff like that. So that's where we would start there. And then we'll move around to everything from brake pedal height. Like it's always a compromise for an adventure rider, whether he prefers sitting down and have good accessibility with the rear brake pedal to stand it up. Me being a racer, I sort of like to have things where I would as a racer for when I see something come up in a hurry or whatever, it just naturally is in the right spot. Same with the gear lever and things like that. It's all about just being comfort and being there second nature when I need it in a hurry. Once we get through a lot of that stuff, we'll get into stuff that I really enjoy, whether it's adjusting the sag or preload on the forks or comfort and things like that. So it'll be good for the riders to give me some feedback on what their bike does, what they want it to do, how they want it to feel, and we can have a good play around there. Even down to tyre pressures and giving them some advice on tyres or eyeballing the bike and seeing, hey, you need new brake pads or things like that. So we can give the bike a really good once over before we even start doing anything. Yeah, so basically once we've finished setting up the bike and getting everyone comfortable with all their levers and positions and stuff, we're going to go over probably the most important part is riding skills. We're going to show a few of them to you today. The basic one I was just doing when I was riding up to here then is just you standing up, more of a, I would say, attack / safety / just being ready for anything coming at you, kind of body position. Because what we want to try and achieve is not to so much make you faster. Everyone can twist the throttle and go fast to a point, but it's being able to do it safe, save energy, and also get away with nasty stuff, whether it's a wash away or a pothole or something that's popped up on you quick. So what we're trying to achieve just then when I was riding up to here is a nice neutral position. So I'm pretty much standing in the middle of the bike. What I'm doing there is weighting both ends of the wheels and just being ready for anything that's coming at me, even an animal or something like that. When I'm in that position, I'm ready to react and make the bike work or move around. So that's just one of the drills or body position ones we're going to work on. Yeah, so another super important riding technique we're going to work on is cornering. It's not very often you're going to ride and don't turn some kind of corner. Now, to be honest, we don't have enough time in this video to go over everything to do with corners, but I'll give you a quick description of what we will go over. Like for me, this corner, like we've got corner entries, so we're going to be looking for lines, what's going to work best. Like this is greasy, there's a berm there, there's a million things to consider coming into it. On the bike, we're going to talk about which is the best rev range to keep the engine, so it'll depend what gear you're in, whether you enter with clutch. We're going to look at the terrain, whether you should be sitting or standing. Basically, we're going to try and teach you all the 101s that's going to make a corner enjoyable. It'll be body position, it'll be where to look, how much throttle, whether to put your leg out or not. And once you can get all the basics in your head, it can make cornering so much more fun. And a lot of guys that like, oh, I don't like rocky corners, or I don't like sandy corners and stuff like that. Hopefully we can drill into their head and teach them all the basics that's going to make it more enjoyable, and also make it so they look forward to venturing out into terrain that they probably wouldn't normally do.
ADV FEST, 23rd to 25th of August, Dorrigo, New England. Be there.